Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. It's Jem here with another pick a card reading for you guys. This one's all about what you guys need to know at this time. Like, what are your spirit guides trying to tell you, your angels or the universe, just whatever kind of energy and things and knowledge and stuff that you need to know at this time that's going to help you out in all your areas of life right now. So this is this pick a card reading. If you guys are new to pick a card readings, I'm going to give you guys a quick little rundown of how it works. So basically, this is pile number 1, this is pile number 2, this is pile number 3, this is pile number 4, this is pile number 5, and this is pile number 6. So take a moment, pause the video if you'd like to find out which pile calls to you the most. They do not have crystals on it this time. I will switch back and forth between putting the crystals on the piles and not, just because some of you guys prefer to not have them and some of you guys prefer to have them. So I think we'll just do like a back and forth thing for a little while until we get into the groove of things. But yeah, so take a moment, pick which pile you like. It can help if you guys want to close your eyes, and then right when you open them, the first pile that like your eyes jump to, choose that pile if you guys are having a difficult time with it. And then I'll have timestamps linked in the description box and also in the comment box so you guys can just skip ahead right to your specific reading. But without further ado, let's hop right into it. So pile number 1, what do you need to know at this time? So we have the 3 of Pentacles with the 7 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, the Green Man of Synergy, the New Moon in Aquarius, and Completion. We're also throwing an astrology card on here, Jupiter, Abundance. All right, so pile number 1, this is what you need to know at this time. So with the first card being the 3 of Pentacles, I feel like you're somebody who offers a lot of like wisdom. You offer a lot of things to a lot of people. Here's all the things that you do offer. And so the universe is just confirming, like with the 7 of Cups, that you know you have a ton of ideas. You have innovative ideas. You help people in so many different ways. Like the advice that you give is amazing. The help that you offer others is amazing. The way that you come into a situation and you bring your own like total different energy to it, it's like a really beautiful thing. I feel like you're somebody who offers a lot, and you're able to give a lot, and you're able to help with all the ideas that you get all the time, and you're able to like not only just help yourself, I feel like you're able to help other people. And what the universe wants you to know is that what goes around comes around, the Wheel of Fortune. So if you're going through a hard time and you feel like, you've given a lot and then you're not really sure where you stand, or you're kind of in like an in-between space and you're trying to figure things out right now. I feel like a lot of people are trying to figure things out, especially after this like crazy eclipse that we just had, like the blood moon. It was just insane, like the lunar eclipse. And a lot of us are stuck in this kind of like funky kind of energy right now. There's lots of change happening, lots going on. And if you feel like you're getting the short end of the stick, or that karma's not on your side, but for some reason you're giving out good karma, just know that what goes around comes around. So maybe you're not receiving what you've put out quite yet, but maybe you've put out a lot, maybe you've given out a lot, but you haven't quite seen the result of like how much you've given. And the universe just wants you to know that you're about to receive that, because the Wheel of Fortune, what goes around comes around. So just keep that in mind. Keep being this amazing, beautiful person. Keep exploring all of these things and, giving out these good ideas and helping people in all areas of life. But also remember to focus on yourself as well in this, because I feel like with the 7 of Cups, we're all up in the air and we don't know what cup to grab. And sometimes we can grab the crappy one. Sometimes we can grab the really good one. And the universe just wants you to know that what goes around comes around. If you're giving out bad energy, you're going to receive bad energy. If you keep continuing to give out this good energy, helpful energy, you're going to receive it back. It's going to happen. It might take a little bit of time, because we do live in a universe that has time, but you will receive your good fortunes. And so the universe just wants you to know that you will receive the good fortunes of, what you've given out, what you've put out. And so we also have the Green Man of Synergy. So everything on this earth works based on synergy of energy. I feel like, you're a very balanced person and you have like this good energy about you, and maybe you're going through a difficult time right now. And if you are, just relax and have peace, just knowing that what goes around comes around. Whoever or whatever situation may have caused you stress or anything like that, what goes around comes around for that situation and those other people. And then what goes around comes around for you as well. So if you stay in your good, beautiful zone, you're going to be good. And we also have the new moon in Aquarius, bring love to the situation. So with this card, it's just talking about continue giving off those loving vibes, and what goes around comes around. So continue to give off these amazing good vibes and you'll reap the rewards of it. We also have this completion card. And so what this really talks about is whatever phase you were going through of this like unsurety, this unknown, giving too much without receiving, you're about to complete that phase of having to give and you're about to start receiving. You're about to complete the phase of giving so much, and you're going to enter a phase of receiving all that what you had put out. So just so you guys know, with the Wheel of Fortune and the completion card, you're going to start reaping the rewards of the karma that you've been putting out lately. So just so you guys know, keep putting love towards it. Don't ever like put negative vibes towards anything, no matter what's going on. Keep those positive vibes. Of course, stand up for yourself in situations. So I'm not saying like don't stand up for yourself, but you know, do everything you do with love. Express your truest feelings, but do it with love. Do it with good intentions. Stand up for yourself, but with love and good intentions and all that kind of stuff. We also have the Jupiter card of abundance. So I feel like you guys are about to reap the rewards of huge abundance, just so you guys know. And that's what you need to know at this time, is that your good karma is about to pay off. You're about to receive ultimate abundance. You're about to complete the phase of having to give so much, and you're going to start receiving very shortly. And it's going to be amazing for you guys. And it's going to be, you know, it's going to pay off exactly what you've put out. So if you've put out a lot of energy, if you've given a lot to people, you're about to start receiving a lot of good fortune and good energy. So that's just what I want you guys to know, and that is what the universe wants you to know. So that is all for you guys, pile number 1. All right, pile number 2, let's find out what the universe wants you to know at this time, what it's trying to tell you, what's going on. We have the Judgment card with the High Priestess, the 6 of Swords, the Lake of Stillness, the Full Moon in Capricorn, and the Circle. And then your astrology card is Aries, I am. All right, so pile number 2, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. Our first card here is the Judgment card. This card talks about purging out old things. It's talking about letting go of any fears, let go of regrets. It's a time of purging anything that holds us back, purging anything that doesn't fit who we are anymore, and letting it go and stepping into this new skin. It's like a snake shedding its skin, to be honest with you. So it's like now's a time where you're supposed to be shedding all of the old stuff, all the stuff that doesn't fit you anymore, that doesn't work for you, whether that be physical stuff or literally mental, internal, emotional stuff that we've been through. It's time to shed our old selves and kind of step into this new person. It's also talking about making big decisions. So judgment, what do we need to judge in our lives right now? What fits with us? What's going to go along with us in our new path? And what do we have to purge and get rid of? So really ask yourself that. I feel like you know intuitively what it is, because we do have the High Priestess card next. And so this talks about our intuition. I feel like you know what this is. You know what you have to do. But the High Priestess also talks about not being super vocal about it yet. You don't need to show off this new person that you're going to be. You don't need to go and like shout it out to the world or stand up on stage and be like, this is me, this is my new self. It's kind of like doing it in a way where it's more internal. It's staying on the internal side and just becoming who you are internally, and just trusting that everyone else will see it and not having to like go and show it off. It's talking about keep this to you, because this is a very personal process that you're about to be going through, one where you're going to need to do a lot of inner reflection, some inner thinking, a lot of finding out who you really are and exposing who you really are to yourself, and accepting who you really are and this new person that you're stepping into, because I feel like you're about to step into this whole new person, this whole new vibe. And then we also have these 6 of Swords here, so I feel like you're gonna have to let go of something in your life that's like really big, because the 6 of Swords always talks about, you know, transitioning to a new thing, which also correlates with the Judgment card a lot. I feel like you're gonna have to make a very big decision, or that you just made a big decision, and you know, you're making the correct decision if you are, you know, purging all of this old stuff and stepping into a new person. This is the correct decision for you. The 6 of Swords always comes with a little bit of sadness with it. It's always like feeling sad about leaving behind the old, but you're about to step into the new, and the new is where you're supposed to be going. It's the next level ahead. It's going to get you to the next highest place that you need to be at this time. It's where you're supposed to be going. Of course, though, it does come with a little bit of sadness, and maybe we've been through tough times. Maybe we just got out of a really tough situation or something like that, but it's about leaving that behind. Then we also have the Lake card of Stillness. So I feel like this correlates a lot with the High Priestess card. Right now is a time to be still. It's not a time to, you know, act out or start yelling out all your thoughts and ideas. Now is a time to be still within, realize who you are, do a lot of internal purging, and go on this new path. You don't need to shout it out to the world. It's about being still and doing this process within and moving forward, and not, you know, going all crazy. It's a moment of, you know, a lot of reflection. The lake always shows us our reflection. What are we looking at? Who are we right now? How have we changed? What are we letting go of, and what are we stepping into? Then we also have the full moon in Capricorn that at the end of a tough cycle approaches. And so this correlates a lot with the Six of Swords and a lot with Judgment, because the Judgment is purging out and it's ending this tough cycle. The Six of Swords is literally leaving a tough cycle, and it's hard to leave, but you know what's good for you. You know that it's good for you. With the High Priestess card, you know that this is what you need to do. And so it's the end of a tough cycle, and it might be tough to end that cycle, but it's good for you. And it's saying that, you know, the universe has your back, so you're good. This is what you're supposed to be doing to get to the next level, the next highest vibration for you. We also have the circle. And so, you know, life is always talks about circles. Circles, this is the completion of a total phase for you. I feel like, you know, you need to be surrounded by a circle of people who reflect you, people who are like you, people who reflect your essence and what you want in the world, and purge out, you know, maybe the relationships that don't work for you, maybe the people that don't correlate with you, or the surroundings or the situations that just don't fit who you are. Now's the time to surround yourself in a circle of people who fit who you are, people who understand who you are, like-minded people, and be in your circle of energy and change your circle, your personal inner circle of energy of who you are and who you really are going to be. We also have the Aries I am, and so this is so much with the Judgment card here, because you're purging out all this old stuff that no longer correlates to who you are. And so you're going to go through a huge kind of like life transformation. And, you know, the Aries I am, you're going to finally discover who you really are. I find like most people really discover that when they're alone, when they're by themselves. And I feel like this is a time when you might need to take a lot of alone time, especially with the lake of stillness, and reflect on who you are and who you want to be and who are you inside, and let go of everything that does not flow with that doesn't, you know, correspond with your inner vibration. And that way you're going to really discover who you are and become and step into who you are. So that is what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2. All right, so moving on to pile number 3, this is what you need to know at this time and what's most important for you to know. So we have the Page of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the full moon of completion, the full moon in Pisces, lots of full moon here, and then the Ghost Dance. And then for the astrology card, we also have the Capricorn I use card. All right, so pile number 3, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. So we start off with the Page of Swords here, and this is talking about being inspired by a new idea, something new is coming up. It can be wanting to expand your knowledge in something, wanting to learn more about something, being really excited about this new idea of yours or new inspiration that's coming along, and you want to like expand your ideas, expand your knowledge on it, and it's just confirming that that's what's going on. It's also talking about, with the Knight of Wands being next, is like jump on this. This is a good thing for you. This is a good thing for you to do, but then also like commit yourself. There's challenges along the way, like don't get distracted. Do you often get distracted and like trail off and go into a new inspiration, a new idea, or are you like fully committed? It's talking about like fully commit yourself to something and you'll like begin to master it. You'll be on the road to mastering it. I think it's a really good thing for you, whatever you're thinking about doing or whatever you're thinking about expanding on or learning. It's a really, really good thing. So it's talking about jump on it and do it, but it's talking about having the commitment to follow through with it. Don't like get distracted, or don't jump like too like head in first, basically, because a lot with the Knight of Wands is like they get so excited about, you know, the end goal that they kind of like lose sight of all of the in-between stuff. And so they get really impatient. So if you get really impatient about something, or you feel like you're not learning it quick enough, or it's not coming to you quick enough, or whatever you're trying to manifest or learn or do, and it's just not happening as fast as you want it to happen, impatience is a big thing with the Knight of Wands and also the Page of Swords. So take your time with it. Understand that this thing takes time. Look at how much time it like usually takes to learn something, and just understand that, you know, it might take that much time or longer, maybe a little bit shorter, but don't get impatient with it. Just allow the process to happen, however that you're going to learn it, however that you're going to do it or bring it about or go jump on these ideas. Just understand that things do take time. Don't get too impatient with it. Stick with it. If you get impatient and you like to just change your idea to something new, you're never going to become a master at something, because things take time to master. You can never master something overnight or in a week or maybe even in a month. Sometimes things take a year or years and years to master. So And honestly, there's no mastery of anything. There's always new things to learn. There's always new things to discover in any area. So just so you guys know that, like if you're feeling impatient, like, oh, I don't know everything yet, you're never gonna know everything. There's always new things to learn in everything. So if you're passionate about something, just go for it and just continue to do it because you are passionate about it. Don't let impatience get in the way. Don't feel inadequate about it. Just feel good and just do it because you love it. Only do this thing because you love to do it and you want to do it. We also have the Ace of Swords here. So this is talking about thinking about new ways of communicating, thinking about new ways of talking. A lot of the times Page of Swords, Knight of Wands, and Ace of Swords can do a lot with like public speaking or doing something like writing or like even singing or being on social media somehow, but it's talking about like somehow writing or communicating, because the swords and the wands is like creativity and passion behind writing or communicating or anything like that. So if you're about to, write a book or start a YouTube channel or I don't know, just anything along those lines, it doesn't have to be super, super public if you're not a super public person, but it can be, since this is a general reading, it can also be super public. But if you have this inspiration and idea, it's talking about act on it, but stick with it. Don't get impatient with it. If it's not growing as fast as you want it to grow, I mean, that happens to most of us, to be honest with you, but just stick with it. If you stick with it, you'll have that steady growth and it'll keep growing more and it'll keep growing more and it'll keep growing more. Or if you're trying to learn something, but you're not learning it quick enough, just know that if you stick with it, it's going to grow. You're going to learn more and more and more as long as you continue to do it. Also with the Ace of Swords, this is like the truth finder. So if there's something that you currently don't know, or if there's something that you're currently wondering or trying to explore, the Ace of Swords always talks about getting to the bottom of things, cutting down to the very bottom and finding the truth in the matter. So if you need to find truth about something, now's a good time to do it. But it's about using your communication skills to get to the bottom of whatever it is that you're wondering. So that's what I'm seeing here. Then we also have the full moon of completion. And so I feel like, you're about to complete this phase of being a little bit more innocent. You're about to jump into a more mature vibe, because with the Page of Swords is super innocent. They're like the beginning stages of all of the things. And then with the Knight of Wands here, this is a bit more of a mature vibe. They're still quite naive because they don't really think things fully through. They get really impatient with things. They don't understand kind of the process of having to wait and stick with it. And so, but I feel like you're completing a phase and becoming more mature. I feel like you're completing this old, way of being a little bit naive. You're eradicating some of the naivety in you. We also have the full moon in Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality. So with this, I feel like this correlates a lot to what I was saying here with all of these cards, talking about have a practical plan. Know that things do take time. Don't get impatient. Don't go wander off the trail if this is something that you want to stick to. It looks really promising, by the way, but it needs a practical plan. So stick with it. If it's something you want to do, just continue doing it. Make a practical plan about how it's going to happen, how you're going to do it, how are you going to learn all of this, how are you going to discover the truth behind this, how are you going to grow your creative endeavors and make them pop and be huge. How is it going to happen? We also have the ghost dance. So I feel like a lot of things right now are happening behind the scenes for you that you can't see. And I think a reason why you get impatient is because you can't see what's going on behind the scenes. But I feel like, you have this energy that's like dancing with you, that's being with you, and energies of, your guides, your angels, your ancestors are around you, helping you, feed you this beautiful energy in order to create what you're kind of desiring. But it's about trusting that, even though you can't physically see it, trust that it's there, that there's this dance happening around you that's feeding you this beautiful energy in order to make your creative endeavors come to fruition. We also have the Capricorn I use card. And so, Capricorn sticks with it. They're the mountain goat that needs to climb the mountain, and they just keep climbing the mountain. They just do it. If they stop halfway between, they're not in a good space, because there's no food or water halfway through the mountain. And if you're halfway done climbing a mountain and it's like a rocky mountain, you don't have anything unless you go down to the bottom again or you reach the top. Where there's a plateau and there's a bunch of trees and things that you can, do things. The top is the goal, okay? And the bottom is where you came from. There's not really a lot if you just stay stuck in the in-between. You either have to go back down to the bottom or reach your goal at the top. So just so you know, stick with it. If there's something you want, and you're halfway up the mountain or just started climbing, just keep climbing, get to the top, get to the end goal, keep the end goal in your sights. Don't look back down, otherwise you're gonna start walking that way. You're gonna start walking in that direction. Only look upwards. Look at your goal, keep it in mind, don't get distracted, don't let yourself wander off the path. Look at the path, see the path, and just do it. That's what Capricorn has to do. And, you know, utilize the energy of the energy. Sorry, camera wanted to cut out there for a minute. But this card is basically talking about utilize all the energies that are around you, and that is what I'm seeing for you, pile number 3. All right, so moving on to pile number 4, let's find out what you need to know at this time. So we have the Strength card with the Knight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Desert Vision Quest, the Waxing Moon, and the Journey card, and our astrological card is Venus of Love. All right, so pile number 4, this is what I'm seeing for you guys. We start off with the Strength card here, and Strength always talks about patience. It always talks about tame that lion within, but it's talking about you have a lot of inner power, inner strength, because the Strength card, it doesn't really, I mean, sometimes it can talk about outer strength, but most of the time it's our inner strength. And she's taming the beast within, taming the lion within. She has a lot of, you know, strength under there. So I feel like maybe you've been in this situation where you've had to tame that inner beast for a long time, and you might have this like feeling or these urges that just want to kind of come out, or maybe you've just like tamed it for so long that, you know, you kind of have it under control. But this is talking about being patient and being patient about what's to come, being patient about your goals, and you understand what your goals are. You already know. With the Knight of Pentacles, it's like you have a goal in mind and you're ready to implement it. You're ready to do it no matter how long it takes. The Knight of Pentacles always talks about somebody who schedules routines, no matter how boring or mundane it gets. They just go with it. They have their routine, they stick to it, and even on days when it's uninspiring, they just don't feel like getting out of bed, they don't feel like doing it, Knight of Pentacles is like, no, I gotta do it. And they just do it. So this is talking about whatever's kind of going on with you right now. Have that patience and have that dedication, because that dedication is what's gonna pay off completely, is that patience and dedication. You have something going on right now that I feel like is going to take some time, especially when we have so many like Pentacle cards and the Strength card. Whatever you're going through right now is going to take time. And so you need to have patience at this moment and just dedication and sticking to it and sticking with it. Whatever's going on for you right now, whatever it is, it's not going to be a quick and easy time. It's going to be something that's going to test your patience. It's going to test your inner strength. And I feel like you're going to come out of it very successful if you stick with it and you stick to it, because we have the Queen of Pentacles here, and the Queen of Pentacles is, you know, somebody, she gets what she wants. She knows exactly how to get it. She's done it all before, and she comes out a very strong queen, very like mature, stable queen who has enough time for work, family life, love. She's passionate. She's, you know, she's a very in touch with herself, motherly, earthly type of queen who knows how to treat herself so well, and she loves to enjoy, you know, the beautiful things in life like food and wine and this and that and all these things and stuff. So, but she didn't get there because it was easy. She didn't become this queen because it was easy. She became that queen because she had to test her patience and strength. She had to tame that inner beast. She had to stick to schedules, mundane plans, and just do it no matter how she felt or what was going on. And she just had to get up and do it anyway because she had her goal in mind. Any Pentacle card basically has this major goal in mind, and they just look at it and see it and do it. I mean, it's like kind of like a Capricorn in a way, or even a Virgo, or even a Taurus, because they just kind of like see what the end goal is and they just stick to it and they need it to happen. They're very practical in their planning. We also have the Desert Vision Quest card, and so this talks a lot about exactly what's going on right here. So the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like correlates with this the most. So you have a vision, you have a goal in mind, but it's going to take some time to get to. But you have it in mind, and you're gonna get there as long as you stick to it and get up every day, no matter how much you get bored of it or feel like it's, you know, repetitive or not going anywhere. All of a sudden you're gonna see results if you just stick to it. The energy is gaining momentum, the waxing moon card. Literally, the energy is gaining momentum. This is a slow build though, because with the pentacle cards and with the strength card, it's always testing our patience. And so the energy is gaining its momentum, but slowly. You might not even see it, you might not even feel it, but it's working in the background. And whatever goal that you have in mind, just stick to it, keep that schedule, keep that routine going and working for it, and that energy is building and building and building and building, and soon you're gonna see it finally reach fruition and finally blossom. But it needs to gain all that energy first. You need to keep putting in that time, and you need to keep putting in that energy in order for it to get there. And it's all about the journey. We have the journey card next. It's literally all about the journey. So stick to it, and you're gonna learn so many different lessons. It might not be easy, because whenever we have the strength card with the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, the road to get there will test your patience. It will test your inner strength. Might even test your outer strength a little bit, but you will learn every single lesson that you need to in order to get to your goal in the most perfect, planned out, divine timing type of way. So just so you guys know that, stick to it. Everything works in divine timing. There's always lessons that we need to learn in order to hold and have the energy in order to hold the goal that we want. So if you take your time and go on this quest, go on this journey, and you fall into these obstacles and learn these things, that is what builds your energy in order to hold the end goal and to be able to sustain that end goal for you and what you vision it to be. Then we also have the Venus love card. And so Venus correlates a lot to Taurus. It also correlates to Libra, but it also correlates to Taurus, which is, the pentacle suit. So I feel like, you're going to end up being a lot like the Queen of Pentacles at the end. The journey is to become the Queen of Pentacles, which is somebody who, spoils themselves, lives lavishly, lives in luxury, does all these beautiful things. Venus is very creative. It rules our outer beauty. It rules our inner beauty. It rules like enjoying good food, enjoying good times with people, enjoying love, romance, all the things. It's a very passionate planet. And so I feel like it's a time, just love the process, enjoy the process, embrace the process, enjoy yourself through the process, but stick to it and stick to those schedules and stick to those routines, because it's what's going to get you there. So that is what I'm seeing for you, pile number 4. All right, so moving on to pile number 5, this is what you need to know at this time. So we have the Hanged Man with the World, the Three of Swords, DNA, Karma, the Void of Course Moon, and the Ancient Ones. And our astrology card is Moon of Soul. Okay, so pile number 5, this is what you need to know at this time. This is what the universe wants you to know. And so we start off this pile with the Hangman, and whenever the Hangman comes in, things are going to be abruptly just stalled in life. Things are going to feel like they're not flowing. Things are all of a sudden going to stop for some kind of reason. Maybe a situation comes up where all of a sudden you feel like you can't move forward right now. You feel stuck. Things are not moving, and you're just in this energy where you have to take a standstill because there's nowhere you can go right now. But it's offering you a new perspective. It's telling you to let go of old patterns that you've had, old things that you've done, your old ways of doing things. Whenever the Hangman comes up, the universe stops us for a moment so that we can reflect and look, like, how am I acting? What am I doing? What's going on around me? What do I need to know? How do I need to change my perspective? How do I need to change my belief system in order to get what I actually do want, in order to release old karma, in order to move into the next phase? The Hangman is also beside the World, and so with this, I'm really feeling like you're about to complete an old phase. Some old stuff is completely, being eradicated out of your life, being pushed out of your life, and you're moving into a new phase, a new perspective. This new perspective that you're going to be seeing through this halt, through this pause, through this stagnation of your life is going to bring you to a point where you completely go through a massive change. You renew your entire self. Your new perspective, your new behaviors, your new beliefs will push you to a point of, completing this old phase. And I feel like, you're going to have to purge a lot of heartbreak. I feel like there's going to be some kind of disappointment going on, especially when you go through this Hangman sort of phase. And so there's some kind of loss. There's something that you have to let go of in order to complete this phase. There's something that, can't follow us into this new stage. It can't follow us into the next step of our lives. It no longer serves us. We have to let go of it, whatever it is. This is something that, served its time for us. It brought us to this place right here, but it's not going to bring us into the next, it's not going to join us in our next stage. It cannot join us wherever we're headed. Wherever your goals are of where you want to go and where you're headed, you have to let go of something in order to get there. There's something that's being pulled out of your life in order for you to get there. And it's a positive thing. So don't think of it as a bad thing. Don't think of it as like, oh no, like the universe is against me. This is a good thing. It needs to be let go of in order for you to move into this new stage. It's something that would otherwise hold you back and keep you stagnant. It would keep you in the hangman stage. But if you want to get out of this hangman, if you want to get out of this stagnation, you have to let go of whatever it is that your heart is holding on to. So let go of that, and you're going to move into this new stage. You're going to move into this new world. It could be a friendship. It could be a relationship. It could be something that we're really attached to, like a goal or a dream of ours that we know is not good for us. We know it. We cannot go there. We know it's just not working, and so we have to let go of, expectations. We have to let go of maybe friendships or relationships or something that's holding us back that can't join us in the next stage. And we're going to be completing this phase. Then we also have the DNA card of karma. And so karma, I feel like whatever the situation was, whatever it was that was hurting us, it karmically had to come up into our lives. We karmically had to go down that road, and now we're releasing that karma through the hangman. So whatever you're going through right now, just know that this was a karmic thing from either a past life or from some kind of karma that we've built up, that we had to play this out in order for us to release that karma and let that karma play out. And then now's the time of purging that karma and moving into, where we're supposed to go. And maybe it's a little lonely on the road because we have to let go of, things that we used to be attached to. We also have the void of course moon. Nothing will come of this situation. So if you try to stay in this situation, if you try to hang on to whatever it is that we need to let go of, and you try to stay, at this hangman stage, we're not going to be moving forward anywhere. Nothing will come of that situation. Nothing's going to change. Nothing is going to move forward from there. You're going to just stay stuck at the current stage that you're in. It's not going to bring you anything. It's not going to go anywhere. And that's what the void of course moon is trying to tell you through this. This was only here as a karmic thing. It was supposed to bring you to this place that you are now, and somehow it led you to the place that you are now. And this is where you're supposed to be in order to move on to the next phase. But you can't stay stuck on this, otherwise you're just not going to be moving anywhere. Then we also have the ancient ones here. And so I feel like it was from past life karma. This was something that you brought in from a past life that you needed to play out in order to release that karma, in order to move into the next stage for yourself. I also feel like you're surrounded by your angels and guides and ancestors right now in order to release this, and they're bringing you into your next, they're helping bring you to your next stage. They're helping you see these new perspectives and see these new things that are going on around you. And then we also have the moon soul card. And so I feel like this is something that your soul might be attached to from past lives. It's something your soul loved, but now it's time to renew your soul, let go of that, detach it from your soul, and allow your soul to move into this next stage, move into this next phase of life. And I feel like that's what you're going to be going through. It can be a very emotional time, and it will be an emotional time, but it'll be a beautiful time of looking at things from a new perspective, gaining a new belief system, a new behavioral structural pattern, and it will be really, really healthy and good for you. So that's what I'm seeing for you, pile number 5. All right, so moving on to pile number 6. This is what you need to know at this time, what the universe wants to tell you and wants you to know. So let's see. We have the 9 of Swords, the 3 of Cups, the 4 of Cups, a fallen card, the Island of Solitude, the new moon in Taurus, and lightning. And then we also, for our astrology card, we have the 8th house of endings and beginnings. All right, so pile number 6. This is what I'm seeing for you guys and what you guys need to know at this time from the universe, from your guides, from your angels, all of that sort of jazz. So we start off with the 9 of Swords. So this is talking about you being hard on yourself, using negative words against yourself. It could be lack of sleep. It could be insomnia as well. Something's keeping you up at night. It's like worries about the future. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. You're worried about what's going to happen in the future, and you don't know. There's something that's bothering you. There's something inside that's like, making you worry a lot, or you're being way too harsh on yourself. You're saying all these negative things to yourself, like I'm not worthy, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not enough, or anything like that. But something that's very not good energy. It's not good energy to have around, but it's something that's, of course I'm dropping cards, it's something that's bothering you on the inside and making you feel, not good. But the thing that the swords always reminds us of is it's in our head. It's not physical. It's not in our reality yet. But with the Nine of Swords, it reminds us that if you continue to think this way, it will manifest physically, materially in your reality somehow. So it's talking about you have to change your mindset. Whatever's bothering you, if you're scared about the future, if you're worried about the future, if you have fear or anxiety, or you suffer from insomnia, there's something you need to somehow fix this. If you're talking negative to yourself, you need to fix that. Otherwise, you're going to start noticing all these negative energies, and the things that you're thinking about start to manifest into your reality, and that we don't want that. It's not good. We also then have the Three of Cups here. And so the Three of Cups, it's encouraging you to go out. It's encouraging you to go out with friends or family and surround yourself with people. And it'll take you away from the kind of mindsets that you have, and get reassurance from other people. Get reassurance from your family or your friends, and have somebody around you that makes you feel really good and uplifts your energy. Surround yourself with that person that makes you feel really good. We also have the Four of Cups, and the Four of Cups always talks about us saying no to the opportunities. Maybe we're being invited out by a friend or family and we're saying no, or there's other opportunities that are coming up to go out and have a good time and you're just wanting to be alone. You don't want to take any of that. It's like somehow whatever's bothering you emotionally is bothering you so much that you're saying no to opportunities. You're saying no to going out. You're keeping yourself in solitude, which is funny because the next card that we have is the Island of Solitude. And so somehow you're wanting to stay inside. You're not wanting to go out, and you're staying in this like negative mindset. But the reason why you can't get out of it is because you're allowing yourself to sit there in it. You're allowing yourself to keep focusing on it. And the more you focus on something, the bigger it gets, the more magnified it is. If you take a magnifying glass at anything, it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and you can go closer and closer and closer to it. And that's what happens when you stay stuck on a certain subject, or you start over obsessing over certain things. About maybe you don't like this about yourself, or you don't like that, or you're worried about the future of this, or you don't know the outcome of that, and you don't know where it's going to go. But the thing is, the future, we will never have the future fully planned out for ourselves. Of course, we have divination tools for that sort of thing, but you can't worry about the future. There's no point in worrying. It's not going to change the situation. It's not going to fix the situation by worrying about it. It's not going to change the outcome at all. So stop worrying, stop being harsh on yourself, because there's no point to that. If you don't like something about yourself, and if it's a physical thing that you personally cannot change, it's not going to change by focusing on it and hating it. So embrace it. If you're going to be stuck with this body and this person, embrace who it is. And if you want to go on certain diets, or you want to do this, or you want to do your makeup different, or you want to do your hair different, go and do those things if they're going to make yourself feel better. But just know that you need to love yourself. You need to embrace yourself, because being harsh on yourself is not going to change the situation. Being harsh about what the future is going to be, or worries about the future, or what other people say, worrying about it or obsessing over it is not going to change it. So quit thinking negatively. Take the opportunities that are being presented to you, because with the Four of Cups here, he's looking at the cups that are, in front of him that he doesn't want, that he doesn't like, that disappoint him. And the fact that he's focused on it, he doesn't see the beautiful cup that's being offered to him. And so when you don't see that cup that's being offered to you, you're missing out on all the good things that are about to make you feel better. So if you continue to focus on what makes you not happy, you're going to see more and more of what doesn't make you happy. If you turn around and decide to focus on the good things in life and be appreciative about what you do have, and start feeling gratitude for what you have, you're going to turn around and all of a sudden see more opportunities that bring you towards what makes you feel abundant, what makes you feel happy. And so then we have the new moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. And so with this card, if you focus on that gratitude and the abundance of what you do have and the appreciation, prosperity lies ahead for you. If you just go out with friends and have a good time and they change your energy for a little bit, you'll bring more of that good energy to you. You'll attract more of it to you. It's all about like the law of attraction right now. So the universe, this is what the universe wants you to know right now. Then we also have the lightning card. And so when this card comes up, it's something that's quick. It's something that's sudden. And I feel like you can have like a quick, sudden breakthrough moment. I feel like you will have this sudden breakthrough kind of moment that comes and helps you change around your mindset, helps you change around kind of the way that you're feeling. And then we also have the 8th house of endings and beginnings. And so the 8th house always talks about going deeply into something. And so you're going way too deep, obsessing way too deep over something, either the future or things that you don't like about yourself or things that people say, something that's worrying you, something that's upsetting you, it's time to end that. End all that 8th house stuff and begin something new. Start something new. Come at life from a place of positivity, gratitude, appreciation, abundance, and you will attract more of that. Even if there's small little things, you can always find something in your life to be appreciative about or feel gratitude towards. No matter how small or minute it is, it will grow from there. As long as you keep feeling that abundance and appreciation for what you currently do have, you literally create more. And I know a lot of people like to think that if you start to feel abundant or appreciative about the small things, that you're now being just okay with small things, and that since you're okay with the small things, there's no room for growing after that. It's not about that at all. At all, I promise you. If you feel appreciation and you feel good and feel abundant for what you do have, you literally attract more of that feeling. If you feel lack or anything of the sort, you're going to create more of lack. That's just how it works. It's like magnets. Like, you will attract what you're thinking. It will come to you, whatever your thoughts are. So feel appreciative for what you do have, and you will actually attain more. It will just come. It just happens. So that is what you guys need to know. Pile number 6 is what I'm seeing for you guys. So definitely let go of that old stuff and hop on the opportunities when friends or family members invite you out or try to help you in some type of way. It's talking about taking those opportunities and jumping on those opportunities and embracing them and accepting them, and it will change around your mindset a lot for you. So that is what I'm seeing for you, pile number 6. All right, so that was all for today's reading. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, don't forget to give it a really big thumbs up for me and hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already. I also have a notification bell if you guys want to be notified every time I upload. I have bracelets in my shop. There's a few new ones in there. They're selling out really fast. I think most of them are sold out right now, but we're getting new stock in really soon, so keep checking back because they do sell out really quick, and we are getting new stock in the next couple of days. So when that comes in, definitely go check it out and order some if you guys want to have any sort of like cute new jewelry, and they're like the real actual crystals, so they do energetically help your vibes, and I do have little descriptions about each one of them and what they do. So if you guys want to pick one based on what you guys need energetically, definitely go and do that. And thank you guys so much for watching my videos, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.